Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Hi there. Well, good morning, all. Nice to see everybody. Good to have you all here. We are an early riser gang, aren't we? Getting off to a great start this Tuesday morning. We've got a bunch of stuff already lined up, and I had a couple of eureka moments last night, so I'm going to be excited about introducing some, I don't know that they're new concepts so much as maybe just a twist on some old ideas. But welcome in any case. Welcome to everyone. Let's see if we can get Joey up here. Joey's, I don't know where she is. Where'd she go? She's apparently having trouble getting back up. I need to, there she is. Hi, Joey. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, FATHERFISH.
How are you this morning?
Morning. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm great. Doing well.
Good.
Better and better. I'm getting into this thing.
Yeah.
This, yeah.
What's the thing you're getting into?
Not going into the shop every day.
Oh. Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah. I hear you.
Figuring out what to do with myself, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a bunch of new people here. You want to do some hellos?
Sure. All right. So, take it from the top.
Yeah, big crowd.
Is Glassbox Fox. Glassbox Fox. Tank Top Tropics. Karen Naresh is here. James Handy. Welcome, everyone. Lee Wilcox is here with us this morning.
Hello,
morning here. HSI of More, welcome. Then I see Fission Tank Tix is here with us. I don't want to block that person. Then I see lots of chit chat is what I see. You guys have been busy this morning. Mermaid Chorus is here with us. Then I see Brad Hobbies. Scrolling Jenny Lynn. Jenny Lynn's here this morning. And then I think I saw Lori Monster Fish Gal come in. And Horton here.
Horton
yeah, it's new. With a question that we'll get back to. Frugal Aquatics, TJ, hello. Patrick Murphy, Xana Doo, Joshua Miller, Stephen Cooper, Bruiser CB, Brianne Fisher, Sam is here this morning, David Piper, Grand Fish Keeper, and Hannah Robinson. Then I see Gene Campbell, Greg the Guppy Guy, Jacob's Aquatics, One Fishy Dude, TP and Fish Tanks. Hello, everyone. Patrick Manjo's here. And I think that's the end of the list. And Greg the Guppy Guy, if I didn't get in before. So welcome, everyone. Hope I didn't miss anyone. Not my intention, but lots of scrolling, so sometimes I can skip. I don't mean to. And
good morning.
Good morning. So,
Petroman. Hey, Petroman.
Let's hit them with a hammer. It's hammer time. Smash the like button, people. And then we'll just move right into questions, right?
There we go.
Oh, and
we got
Stephanie.
46 watching, 34 thumbs up. 37. Jumped it right up there.
Oh, good. Woke them right up. Okay. And my sister Stephanie just came in the house, and Arachnophile, welcome. Welcome, everyone. So are you going to run back to that question?
Yeah, I'm just looking. There it is. Nope,
Okay.
Where'd it go? There it is. I got it. I started a 100-gallon dirted tank 3 weeks ago. My ammonia nitrates have been super high, even after a water change. Only one molly in it. Any ideas? Yeah, I would say the soil is leaching through the sand. We need to. It's time to apply the sand down.
And they said down below that FATHERFISH that they had used 2 cycled sponge filters from established tanks, so as well with the setup.
I think the dirt's reaching through the sand. The critical component in this is for that sand cap to be deep enough to prevent the soil from leaching into the water column. It acts as a barrier. So it just needs to be deep enough, and obviously it's not. So,
yes.
and that's
so add your sand and do some more water changes. Get it level down. Good morning, Chevy Fish, and good morning, Paul C. Welcome, my fish tanks aquatics.
Hey, Chevy.
Welcome and good morning. Hello, wherever you are in the world. Evening, morning. Welcome.
Wherever you are in the world, and we have people here on the other end of the world.
Sure, we sure do. So, all right,
My camera's very close. Yeah, I've got a new camera, new microphone. It's picking up the waviness from the lights on my fish tanks. I've taken some off to reduce that, but I don't want to shut everything off, so we can just bear with it. But yeah, I've been looking at it, and it's a great picture. Finally got that resolved. Finally got the microphone issue resolved. So we're improving step by step and day by day.
Good morning, One Wonder. You've got a little tongue twister question there from Fishy Mom. Hello, Fishy Mom. Welcome. For you, FATHERFISH, Patrick Murphy. Hello. Do you see that at 9:07?
Fishy Mom's kind of curious question. It leads into something I've been thinking about lately that grew out of our conversation yesterday about whether fish sleep. And I responded by saying, they're like in a sleeping state all the time, sort of a REM state in a way. If you think about it, fish tend to. I think part of the reason that we relax watching fish is because fish are, by their nature, relaxed. They're not tense and uptight. They're swimming around, and they may dart away from something, but they'll also dart towards something. I think they're in a constant state of relaxation, a sort of a REM state, and if you think about that and what the consciousness level of the fish is, and realize that fish are swimming generally in pretty large shoals, and so they're really keying off of each other, sort of being at one with each other. And if a predator comes along, a whole shoal will dart out of the way or make an opening for the predator to swim through. But they're basically not disturbed by it. You know, a fish that's frightened will very quickly um, return to its state of curiosity and moving around. That's what we see in our fish tanks. We see fish that are generally stable and healthy and happy and just kind of moving around without any great stress. I think that's in the nature of fish.
Good morning, Tim. Good morning. I don't really see any other questions for you, FATHERFISH. So if someone has a question, now's a good time to drop it in the chat. We'll see it.
Yeah.
Right at the bottom. Stephen Cooper actually says, what is the best way to add minerals back to RO water?
Add minerals back to
RO
to
water.
what?
RO water.
Well, it depends on how much you want to put in. You can buy minerals. There are mineralization products, or you can simply add um, things like Epsom salts, for example, which contains a couple of minerals. You can add calcium. Um, you can add iron, like iron oxide or some other form of iron. You can add them in. One of the things that I do in my supplements is add a lot of minerals into the soil to keep it enriched so that it's going to survive long term. Um, the critical issue is having enough carbonates to maintain a stable pH. And you can do that with calcium. You can do it with baking soda, a baking powder, uh, sodium biophosphate. What is it? Biophosphate. My brain stopped working. Somebody tell me. We need a cook. Generally, if you maintain a deep substrate and and have healthy fish and a lot of plants, that tank will stabilize itself at a given pH depending on its chemistry, um, and a given hardness and sodium bicarbonate. Thank you, Patrick. Also raises pH, right? Exactly. So a deep substrate is going to it'll maintain a stable environment.
Good morning, Teresa. Lovely. You got to get that tank, Joe. That's cool.
Um,
125 gallons. Yeah.
Had an interesting thought last night. I was thinking about foundations. The foundation. What's the foundation of an aquarium? What's the foundation of a building? We talk about the importance of having a strong foundation to have a stable, strong building. Well, the same is true of an aquarium. You need a strong foundation in order to have a healthy aquarium. So, what is the foundation of the aquarium? Well, there are two ways to look at this. One is what we might expect and what we describe here and talk about all the time, the substrate. The substrate is the foundation. So the substrate is such that it's able to maintain the quality of the entire aquarium. It has a media in it that is sufficient to retain waste material and to convert that waste material into nutrition, into food that is nurturing plants and small fish. But there's another way to look at foundation. And I think it is the cause of much of the problem or the problems that people have when they go, for example, to a big box store or walk into a retail establishment in order to get an aquarium, because they are sold items that that take the notion that the foundation of the system is at the top and not at the bottom. It's at the top by virtue of two things: by virtue of filtration, a hang on the back filter that filters essentially the top of the water, and food. Food becomes the primary means of maintaining the stability of the tank according to this approach to keeping fish. So the foundation for fish keeping, for a healthy aquarium, coming out of that particular point of view, is upside down. They're selling upside down aquariums. They're selling aquariums in which you maintain the health and the stability of the aquarium from the top and not from the bottom. The bottom is an afterthought. It's of no particular consequence to those people with that mentality. They do this in order to be able to maintain an income stream in your hobby. They do this in order to have what's called residual income. If you buy into this system, then what you're buying into literally is spending money on a continuing basis in order to be able to maintain that foundation. Now, what we know about that foundation is that it is fundamentally flawed because it does not consider the actual life force or life activity or life action that is going on in the tank. It tries to it tries to maintain a high level of purity and cleanliness in order to be able to continue inputting nutrition. So you have to be putting all that nutrition in and then pulling it out just as quickly in order to be able to maintain that kind of system. So you have to do a lot of water changes. So you need to buy a python. You need to buy additives for the water. You need to spend money, in other words, in order to be able to maintain that upside down aquarium. So I challenge you then to discover, if you have not already, the power and the stability of a right side up aquarium. That really was a part of the challenge that I put out on Easter Sunday to put together for yourself a resurrection aquarium, a tank that starts with what is dead and lets it sit and watches as life begins to permeate and flow out of the substrate that you put in that aquarium. So that's my new insight on right side up as opposed to upside down foundation aquariums.
Okay. Um, say a few more hellos. My niece Brooke is here. Hi, Brooke. And then I saw Grommel76 come in. And I think Kevin Brown came in. Welcome. Good morning.
Tam Shepard, hello, Tam.
And I don't really see any more specific questions.
Grommel, Grommel, Grommel.
Grommel 76.
Hello, Grommel. Grommel 76.
Yep. So if anybody has anything, drop it in right now. Now's a good time. So Jane Campbell, I've discovered let it be and feed less and keep your hands out of it unless you're adding more plants. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Staying out of your tanks is the best thing. Ram Kumar, hello. How are you?
Hi, Ram.
Oh, David was going to start the challenge tank yesterday. Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But he didn't. I don't think he did.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing you can do anytime. There's no time limit on it. And you do it when the spirit hits. You do it when you suddenly find that container that you know, oh, well, this container needs to be a tank. It needs to be my resurrection aquarium. You'll know it when you see it.
Yep. All right. So I guess you're just going to have to thoughts on a slow-moving plenum. There you go. That'll keep you busy from Mr. Manifesto.
Where are you? Oh, slow-moving plenum. Well, a slow-moving plenum. It's thoughts on a slow-moving plenum. It ain't slow enough. If there is mechanical movement, it's not slow enough. It needs to move at the speed at which the cilia on the bacteria and microfauna are creating water flow. That's the speed at which it needs to move. If it's moving faster than that, then it's washing out the substrate, and as a result, being dysfunctional. So I do have, I guess, at bottom, a fundamental conflict with the notion of a plenum. For one thing, I don't see plenums in nature. I can't think of a place where there is, in fact, a plenum, where there is a gap of water underneath substrate that is doing anything that is necessarily supportive and helpful and valuable. Because wherever such a gap would exist, there is substrate under that that's supporting that. So I don't, and if it is there, it's there by virtue of some kind of flow. It's not there by virtue of being trapped, because if it were trapped, it would assimilate and would disappear. If it's flowing, it'll maintain itself as a flow beneath the substrate, but beneath that is a substrate that supports it. So I think the very notion of a plenum runs counter to the fundamental nature of substrate. I don't mean to go to war on this, but the more I get into it, and the more I look at it, and the more I see it, and the more I try to understand it, the more opposed I am to it. I was watching Steinfeld yesterday. He had a curious comment. He said he doesn't like fish that people abuse. And I think what he means is he doesn't like keeping fish that are easily abused. And that's kind of the way I feel about substrate. Substrate is very easily abused. I don't like it when people abuse it, and particularly when they do it with an eye to saying, oh, this is a better way. The better way is the natural way. The better way is the way in which it exists in nature. That is the better way. There is no better way. And the attempt to come up with something is merely, I think, self-serving and really not worthy of someone who's serious about being able to maintain uh, a natural aquarium. Peat bogs, yeah, that's interesting. But even then, yeah, that's interesting. I think peat bogs are simply less dense substrate with a higher volume of water in them by virtue of them being less dense. But I understand what you're saying, and it does make sense. Curious. And there probably is a certain amount of flow through a bog, particularly if it's tidal. There would certainly be flow through a bog.
Good morning, gnarly fish tanks and the bird dude and Hannah Bunsen and Donkey Love. Good morning, we're Dunlop. Good morning. How is everyone?
Bird dude wants you to talk about your goldfish, their lineage, and how you breed them.
Well, I mean, you know, I bought most of my stock a few years back. I just buy fish I like the looks of. And some of them may have one thing about them that I like, and sometimes it's like there may be 5 things and I only like one thing, but it's enough for me to feel that it's something I want to work with. So I've just slowly picked fish along the way, and now I have bred a bunch of spawns. And as far as breeding goes, some people will pull specific fish and put them in a tub or however they want to do it, and just have those specific fish breed. But pretty much if I have something in a tank, I'm okay with whatever combination happens. So I will just feed them so that they're conditioned to spawn. And when I'm interested in something, I'll put in a spawning mop and do a water change. Usually helps inspire them, and kind of go from there. And they spawn quite often, which is like they've been spawning again. The tank will get a little cloudy when they spawn. So I just look for, like I said, traits that I like, color, pattern, something specific in each fish. And then I just go from there. And there's no guarantees what you're going to get. I mean, you can take 2 top fish and breed them, and you just don't get anything you really love. Sometimes it takes that combination a few times, or sometimes you just have to do something else. It's a lot of experimenting, but it also takes a lot of time. So that's sort of how I go about it. Hope that helps. Good morning, New England Nunley. Good morning.
So Mr. Manifesto is saying, I assumed the plenum was to essentially simulate the flow of a body of water through the substrate, since the glass disturbs what would be a normal flow.
Isn't it just like under gravel filter? It might not. I mean,
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I was like, me, I just want to simplify it, but I'm like, isn't it just an under gravel filter?
Yes, it's exactly what it is. Right. Exactly.
Sorry, but
the water, the natural flow in a relatively dense substrate, surface substrate, like 21 grain sand, that flow only goes about 2 inches, if 2 inches. It only delivers oxygen, in other words, about 2 inches into the substrate, below which it's anaerobic. So if the water flow is able to continue deeper into the substrate, it's delivering oxygen into that substrate and preventing it from being anaerobic. Now, anaerobics are the key to plants being able to feed. the rootlets, the tiny hairs on roots create an anaerobic environment about themselves that has the effect of breaking down waste in order to make it accessible to the plant as nutrition. So by that root being able to penetrate into an anaerobic layer, it does less work and derives more nutrition, more value from that substrate. So it's critical that there be anaerobics, and in point of fact, it's impossible for there not to be anaerobics by virtue of the dynamics of water as it flows into substrate. It can only go so far. When you artificially pull that water down into and through the entire substrate, you're completely defeating the function of the substrate, which is to create an anaerobic environment. Now, in point of fact, plants are going to continue to live in there because, as I said, the hairs on the roots of the plants create anaerobics by virtue of their function and break down waste, and so are able to feed. By doing so, they're also trapping detritus, they're trapping waste, trapping dirt, preventing water from flowing through it at anything like a higher rate, and so creating a pocket, an anaerobic pocket. Anyone who's maintained under gravel filters, when they go to clean them, has seen this. There will be an area that'll be dense where a lot of plant roots will be growing. That'll be an anaerobic pocket that's been created by virtue of the flow of the water filling up that spot and being diverted around it. So it creates an area where the water is not flowing through it as such, but is merely being pulled into it by virtue of the life in it.
Okay. And we have someone new in here named Shimi. Welcome, Shimi. And there's still just a lot of talk about this plenum, plenum discussion. Oh, I guess Joe's talking about how he's never actually shipped fish in the mail. Maybe.
Who?
Petroman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scary. It can be nerve-wracking. Yes, welcome, Shimi. Thank you for coming in and joining us this morning. And I saw somebody else came in, but I thought I didn't say hi.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Rohan's here. Hello, Rohan.
Yeah, I think
What?
happy you said hello to Hans. Hello back to Hans. Wonderful man, great friend. Somebody I visited him about 2 years ago, I guess, and just had a wonderful afternoon with him. It was just a great time, and I've had fish from him since then, and I've always enjoyed his fish. They are difficult. The Steinholt, is it, fish from Germany are some of the best bred, highest quality discus that are available anywhere in the world. Um, and he maintains them under contract with a proviso that he does not breed them, but acts merely as a conduit, as a source for those fish here in the U.S. I have had them. I found that they do not mix well with Asians, and that they are best kept in pristine conditions in their own aquarium. They are, of course, absolutely spectacular, and well worth it if you're willing and able to make the effort to get them. I think the same is clearly true with your fish, Petraman. Your discus are again very, very high quality discus. I think anyone who is a novice who's trying to start out with fish like this is would be better off starting with Asians. They're stronger, hardier, more tolerant, um, frankly, easier to keep.
All right. I think I saw Chris Trapp come in here. Good morning, Chris Trapp. um, Rohan, I mean, I don't do a crazy amount of water changes in this tank. I know a lot of people talk about keeping their goldfish and how they had to do tons and tons of water changes. This is a 75, and I only do a water change like every 3 weeks, 50%. So, and I don't have crazy amount of filtration on it either. So, that's how I do it. I don't know if that helps. Not really sure if it was a question, but anyway, that's what I do. We're done. I have a problem with Dr. Novak's about this method. Yeah, I don't know. That's a you thing. I'll occasionally answer a goldfish question. There you go. Hey, maybe it's hammer time. Smash the like button, people.
Where are we? We're at 60, 67 watching, 58 thumbs up, no thumbs down. Somebody's not paying attention here.
Oh, don't worry. There's plenty of time.
Over here.
They always find us. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, really. Funny. There are a few trolls among us.
Mm-hmm. Always are. Okay, so aside from the anoxic questions and the plenums and the whatever, do you guys have any other questions today?
Well, here's one. Chris Trapp. Do fish recognize their owner from voice, sound, or visual shape? Well, gee.
I think, be all of the above, frankly.
Yeah, probably. Well, sound would be vibration.
Right.
I had an ABBA at one point. Now, I've had a lot of them, but I had one in about a 75-gallon tank sitting on a concrete pad on a deck. And if I stepped on that concrete pad, the fish immediately reacted. Now, the ABBA is blind, so I have no reason to believe it could see me in any way. They live in the Nile River, which is a mud river, so they don't use their eyes as such, but they're highly sensitive to any kind of vibration, even the vibration that they felt coming through from stepping on a concrete pad 10, 15 feet from the tank, created enough of a vibration for him to be sensitive to it and react to it. So I think if you interpret sound as vibration, which I guess it would be underwater and is presumably in any case, then certainly both. Well, obviously, if I move my hand around the tank, the fish, we can do this.
Well, I can tell you, my babies, once they realize the food's coming from me, which takes only a few days, the minute I go near the tank, they are just like, "Oh, hey, hi."
Food's coming, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, she's here. Food again. And Joe, yes, Petroman, yes. I use an aqua clear 110 on the tank double sponges. That's all I use, and it does a great job. But anyway, I think it's a little bit of everything. I think they do recognize me as a figure walking up. As you said, the vibration may alert them to the fact that I'm coming. But I think it's both. I think it's visual and the vibration. Whether it's the voice or not, I don't know. But I think it's both.
Chevy Fish has got
I can think that. What does Chevy say?
He says, I can vouch for all. I can talk to my fish across the room, but until I talk in my animated fish voice, they won't react. Animated fish voice.
Darius, welcome. Good morning.
There you go.
Good morning.
And Word Dunlap says fishes have sense we do not have. And I'll tell you what one of them is. One of them is that fish are intuitive. I can if I have a net and I'm going toward a tank and I'm looking to catch a specific fish, I will be able to catch every fish but that one with absolute regularity. I mean, I have had that happen so many times. I know it's not coincidental. That fish knows I'm after it. And it knows I'm after it before I put the net in the water. It just, when you look at it, it sees you looking at it.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. Vision says, yep. No, it's true. You look in, you make eye contact, and go, oh no, run.
Right. He's after me. He's after me. And Word Dunlap says you must outsmart the fish. That's right.
I do. Chevy, I had my hair totally different one day and spooked them when feeding. I didn't say anything that day before feeding. I think they do recognize you. You know, Father Fish can laugh at me, but I think they definitely do.
Oh, they do.
Good morning, Ross. Good morning, Ross. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Oh, yeah. There are a lot of eyes on you.
Hey, Kenny. Danny Ken. Who is it? Danny or Kenny? It's
Kenny.
It's Kenny. Danny would have a little figurine there. Huh?
Good morning, Kenny. Unless Danny forgot to alert us.
Say, I can't say that.
Yeah, we know it's Kenny. What up, fish people?
Right. A big net. That's the key. Word Dunlap says.
Okay.
That's the key.
You know what? It's walk softly to carry a big net.
Right. Cheers.
There you
go. If you're going after a fish, the biggest net you can get, minimum 10-inch net, minimum. And then you never chase the fish with it. You use it as a trap. You get behind it and bring it toward you. And you will not tear up your plants. You will not freak everything out. You'll not make a mess, but that fish will get trapped in the net. You just got to get behind it and slide it.
Well, how are you going to get that 10-inch net into an 8-inch fish tank? I'm just asking. Sorry, I couldn't pass it up. Hello, Duca.
Turn it sideways.
Oh, there you go. Just couldn't help myself on that one.
Funny stuff. Mjolnir. The name of Thor's hammer is Mjolnir.
It's what?
Mjolnir. MJ Julner.
That's how you
MJOLNIR.
Okay.
According to your sister. Somebody said that this morning, and I didn't know what
Sorry.
that was. I'm glad it got looked up. I didn't have a chance to look it up.
TJ,
Brooke, hey, Brooke.
sorry. I catch my fish with a wet vac.
With a wet back work. That'll work.
Let's find a way, Patrick. For what, Vision? Find a way for what? I'm working on my new hammer, okay? I'm working on it. I'm getting a new improved hammer, okay?
Duco set up another tank a week ago, but haven't put water in it yet. Is this bad for the substrate? Well, it ain't good for it, but hang in there. It'll be okay. Once you put it in, just cap it with 2 inches. Cap it with 2 inches of sand. It's really critical to cap it. That way, anything that's going on down there stays down there. And that's the key to it, is to keep the trouble under the sand. Sam Dam. Hello, Sam Dam.
Mm-hmm.
Donkey Love. What's Donkey Love saying? I siphoned from.
Yeah, I already capped it. Okay.
Right.
Oh, Vision was talking about getting the net into the small tank. Yeah, well, it just cracked me up. Just use a 10-inch net. Always use a 10-inch net, no matter what size the tank is. Use a 10-inch net.
Right.
Yeah.
Mr. Manifesto's electrocuting his fish. Doesn't always work.
Does that sort of stun them and then you can catch them? Is that the theory?
Doesn't always work.
Shock therapy. Okay.
Wet the paper cup.
I had a coolie loach for years. What is this word, Dunlap? And did not know it was there. I moved and taking down the tank. Found it. It was like trying to capture whatever. The tank had to be drained. Yeah, well, they are sneaky little things, aren't they?
I have a system for catching coolie loaches.
It's a 12-inch net.
No. I don't use the net to catch loaches. I use a siphon, a 3/4 to 1 inch siphon.
What?
I get started and I hold it right at the front of the tank. And when that little bugger comes up and stays there, I take my finger off of it and he heads into the current.
Sure.
He goes into the current, so he'll go straight into the current, right through the hose. Catch him every time.
Okay. There you go. Good morning, Catfish Terry. I'm not laughing at you. Good morning.
Hello, Catfish.
Good morning.
Really?
It's funny watching the fish store dude trying to catch coolie loaches. Well, it's usually easier in a store because they don't have as many decorations usually.
Well, theoretically, they're in a bare tank, so.
Right. Well, I mean, most of them keep some stuff in the tanks, but not like you would at home, so it's a little easier to catch them. It's like getting those stupid hill stream loaches. They don't want to come off the glass either.
Really? Oh, right. And tell them I want that coolie, that one right there. That one with the rings around it.
Hey, you know what? I used to be really good at catching whatever fish anybody wanted, and I knew which one they were looking at, and I could.
Right.
And I just knew which one they wanted.
Guppy Grass told his fiance to ask for specific Amano shrimp at the LFS. Oh, I have that. I had that. I want that shrimp. I don't want that shrimp. I want that shrimp.
Well, that's the way it
is. That shrimp costs $2 more.
It's in the tank. It's for sale. You get to choose. That's the way it is. John Sewer, good morning. Hello.
Well, we're done. Like, you're going to have to explain this. Says the fish store I go to keeps fish in a unique manner. It's an amalgam of methods.
Yeah, how's that work?
Really.
Exactly.
Oh my.
Hmm. Hmm.
Danios. Yeah, Danios are now Danios, that's the big net catch. You just you just got to get them going toward the net, and then you
That
come
big
up
man.
on. That's a big net catch. That's a big net catch.
Good
Absolutely.
morning, Miss Fit.
Hello, Miss
Good
Smith.
morning. Yeah, but you might want to pick your specific Daniel.
Stephen is here. Hi, Stephen.
Steven's here?
Well, Chevy just said hello, Stephen. The biologist. I didn't see him.
Well, I was like, I haven't seen Steven. Did I miss him? I mean, it's possible. Oh, he is here. Good morning, Steven. He is here.
Darius Kapinski. Darius Kapinski. Darius. Darius.
We've just been calling him Darius, but I'm sure we're saying it wrong. But
I'm sure Darius is right. Oh, he said no two tanks alike. Some dirted, some bare, some with wood plants, tanks.
Bye, Donkey Love.
Nice to have you with us, Stephen.
All right, you've been working hard, Stephen. Because I feel like I haven't seen you for weeks, so maybe you've been.
Joey, I need to take a break. You want to carry on?
Oh, I would love to.
Lovely. She gets to do all manner of evil.
Okay,
now.
he's leaving, so we can talk about whatever we want.
Ah! Ah!
Here's your big chance. The gatekeeper's gone. What do you guys want to talk about? Anyway. Or just the barbs. I don't know what to talk about. I told my farm story yesterday. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk lady for? Oh, I can do that again. Smash the like button, people. There, that'll take up all the time. No. I'm looking. Yeah, he's gone. Let's hide. Yeah, let's all leave the chat. I'll drop off the screen. Everybody leave. When he comes back, nobody will be here. That'll be great. Shiny shells. I know. You know, I gotta get a new snail for that project. I don't like any of the snails I have for that project. I think it would be funny though. The Dazzler Snail project. You know. Oh, so let's talk about nice conversation. How do you want to get involved in that? It's like I said, it's like, isn't just an underground filter? It's like, what is all this stuff? I don't know. Remember, I'm not scientific. I can get away with everything by saying I'm not scientific, so I just have no idea what you're talking about. That'll get me many hall passes, right? I don't have to answer any questions because I'm not scientific. All right, somebody said there was a question where? Does Duco have a question? No. Will I do a video on tasting my chocolate microworms? No. I'm not that brave. I'm not that brave. Oh. Why are you saying happy birthday, FATHERFISH? Word Dunlap, is it his birthday? No, his birthday's like in September or something. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Everyone act like FATHERFISH. Oh, I see what you're saying. Act like it's his birthday. I think really we should all just leave the chat. just leave him sitting here by himself. I think that would be great. Oh, anyway. Well, I've managed to say nothing. How's that? Awesome.
Say what?
Shh. He's back. Stop talking. Everybody. Step it up.
All right, now, class.
Thank you, Chevy, for dropping my link. So if anybody would like to subscribe to me, there's the link. Oh, everybody's wishing you happy birthday, Father Fish.
Oh, that's lovely. Wonderful.
Isn't it?
I have I've reached the age where I have 6-month birthdays.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
Right.
Well, Gene, I sure hope so. I hope he was listening. Good morning, Gene. Tisha, hello. How are you? I know. She'll get shh. Everybody goes silent when somebody walks back in the room. Don't look now. But no.
What? What?
Yeah.
What?
Shh. I love that. That's my favorite. Oh my God! Don't turn around. But
No one in the chat.
can you immediately? No, don't look. No. All right. Oh, Tisha's home after buying fish and a mama shrimp. Well, awesome. Have fun putting them away. That's always fun. Got the grass galore guy. The prices are about the same in my area. Don't know what he's talking about because I've just been yapping. White Cloud's $3.99. Okay, yeah, that's probably standard price. $2.99 to $3.99, I would say. Average price.
Well, I want to know what my experience with gold barbs is. I like your gold barbs, Rohan. I don't have any.
I do.
Gold
I like
barb.
them. They're pretty. They're not aggressive. They're good community fish. And they add a lot of pizzazz to a tank.
Oh, there you go. All of that and more.
I've decided my next birthday, I'll be turning 24. And anyone who says different, don't listen to them. I'll be 24. There you go, Stephen. I don't think I'd want to go back to 24.
24.
I think I was pregnant that year. I don't want to go back and repeat that. Nope. Good on that.
24.
Tam Shepard has a question. Did we see your question? No, Tam. Let's scroll back or give us a timestamp. Let me look. I'm looking.
Right.
I wasn't being serious about anything, Tam. Sorry. I was just yapping. Oh, FATHERFISH. The 3 living lambs I just received are obviously juveniles instead of adults. Should I put them in a separate tank from the 2 that I have had about a month?
Oh, dear. No.
I was going to say, I wouldn't. I'd put them all together.
Put them all together, yeah.
Let them duke it out. That's how I like to do it.
Really?
Put them in there.
Bolivian.
Like God sorted out or something like that.
They're juveniles. Well, if they're juveniles, they're not likely to be aggressive. They may get aggressed upon. You don't have to see what the deal is with the ones you've got. They may not like the new tank mate, so it might not work out. But generally, the idea is to be able to create some pairs. If you've got a pair in there, I would not, and they're breeding or have been breeding, there's a good chance they're not going to tolerate new juveniles coming in.
Well, she's only had them a month, so hopefully
The 2?
Not set in stone. Yeah, she's only had the other 2 a month, and then she's going to add some more. So I would go for it. Good morning.
Should be fine. Should be fine.
Just go for it. Yeah, I don't even know if I could pick an age to go back to what I would want to do. I don't know. Whew. Good morning, Deborah.
Yeah, it's so hard getting through them.
I know, it's like, do I want to go through that again? I mean,
Really?
you go back and it could be completely different, maybe. But if you got to go back and repeat it, I don't know. Then they're done that. Cut the T-shirt. I'm good.
Chris Keller.
Welcome.
Lots of adding sand over gravel in a well-seasoned tank. Yeah, absolutely. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, do
Christopher
it.
Keller.
Just do it.
Do it. My thought is yes. And we're going to turn you blue.
And the only thing you might that I would add that you would say is if you've already got a lot of plants in there, add it slowly a little bit every week. So
yeah, a little at a time, right?
Just a little
your plants.
Captain Spicy, good morning. How are you? What's going on? Who's in charge?
We're not sure, Captain.
I'm in charge. Hammer time. Smash the like button, people. Let's go. Wake up.
There you have it. Yeah.
Good morning, David.
I'm watching 67. Mr. Manifesto sends the bell. We have bells on top of bells here.
I just like to keep you guys on your toes.
Really? Sand over clay. Sand over clay. Yes. Yes, sand over clay. Sand over gravel. Yes, sand over gravel. And don't rinse the gravel. Don't clean the gravel. Leave the gravel fully loaded and put 2 inches of sand on it. Again, as Joey said, you don't want to bury your plants.
Right.
So you might add a 1/4 to 1/2 inch at a time.
Shumi, you can put some gravel over your sand. If you have a deep substrate of sand and you want some gravel for texture or for, the aesthetic, whatever, you can put some gravel over your sand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure can.
Doesn't hurt.
You want.
Why not gravel over sand, Shummy?
And
remember the conversation we just had about water flow? That's the whole issue.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, we just had it about 15 minutes ago.
I'm just joking. Jeez.
15 minutes ago.
I don't remember.
Right.
It's all a blur to me. Anyway, yeah, he may not have been here for that. Or maybe they were. I'm not sure.
Good move, Tam. Good move. Petroman setting up a 40-gallon breeder for blackworms. Oh, my God. Could he use regular dirt with a sand cap, no ferts? I would use gravel instead of sand. And you might even do the gravel, like 1 inch of gravel on the whole thing, no dirt. You can do dirt, but it's going to be messy when you're going to take them out. The very best way is the messiest way, and that's to put burlap in, because the burlap deteriorates, and the worms eat that slime that grows on the burlap. Unfortunately, you can't then separate the threads of burlap from the worms, so you wind up with burlap in your fish tank, which in and of itself is not a problem. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it is burlap in your tank.
Yeah, and if you were running, a hang on the back, it would be in your filter, and it would just be like a mess.
So if you put some gravel.
Sorry, Jenny Lynn. Patrick, I don't spit my coffee across the room.
Right.
So I don't remember. Yeah, I thought that was good.
Really?
I'm just here
Right.
for the humor.
Actually, that's true. Ugh. New England pulled the box filter out of a tin and put in an air stone. Whatever. Into gravel, shake it up like once a week. Worms will break up and multiply. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Petroman should have used fine gravel. Doesn't matter. Yeah, sure. Doesn't matter. The worms eat um, the slime that grows on the gravel.
The bacteria.
The bacteria. Yeah. What the thing you want to do though is you got to have aeration in there, and you do not want the water deep. You want it shallow, well aerated and shallow. Where Dunlop makes all his clothing out of burlap. So yeah, throw your used underwear in there. That'll be perfect. You're going to use a canister filter with a sponge. It'll capture the worms. I wouldn't use a canister, not if you're raising worms. Just an air stone. I wouldn't even put a filter in there because the filter is going to get clogged with worms and you won't be able to get them out. You'll have to feed the sponge to the fish.
Fancy flower sack. That's right. He get a real nice outfit.
Fancy flour sacks. Right. Exactly, Stephanie. That's right.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the blackworm, in order to reproduce sexually, has to be about 6 inches, and they just don't get that big in captivity. Um, it's virtually a different animal, but they will multiply by division. So you can cut them up with a razor blade and, and get more. And welcome, Petra Man.
Can my sister just put in there, betcha that's what Half Pint wore.
That's right.
Fancy burlap.
Really?
And we're done. I thought you said tube effects may be nasty, but I thought you said, but I love it. I'm glad you're not eating this. Anyway, sorry.
I remember fancy flour sacks.
Yeah, we still have some. Anyway, that's right. They were printed with nice floral patterns, or business names. Some had horse or whatever on it. It's like they were cool, vintage.
And Rosalind saying that Half Pint did not wear flour sacks.
No, she didn't. Steffi was just being funny. We know that. We know it. They're just trying to be funny. Oh. Yeah, Half Pint jokes. Should I call him that, Kenny? In the chat. Evening, Half Pint. He'd probably kill me. Tommy Denda, hello. Hello. That's right. Martha White, self-rising flour. Get high rise. You big light. With Martha White.
Horton Hears. Hello, Horton Hears.
Yeah. I mean, I just keep getting weirdo fish keeper. I just have bags of sand stacked up in my garage for when I need them. I like to keep everything on hand. Self-rising.
Dixie Lily.
Yeah. All right. That's right. Is that right?
Mercy, mercy.
LOL, my family is nuts. Yes, we are nuts, Brooke. This is not news to you. Imagine me and more like me. And I'm at the top of the entertainment list. A barbecue here is a little nuts. Give me a couple tequilas and I'm very entertaining.
Stephen the biologist. FATHERFISH. I think I'm going to post my blackworm culture on Discord.
I wish you would.
See the responses we get about the strange way I have it set up. I have 4 tanks stacked on each other, all worm culture.
It's like, people are strange.
Well, that'll learn you. That'll learn you, Joey. That'll learn you good.
Well, I don't want to raise any of those blackworms. I don't want blackworms.
No, you just raised chocolate microworms. That's all.
Right. I raise fancy schmancy worms. I don't raise
Microworms.
chocolate worms.
Right.
And those angelfish babies are growing great. They had such a good start on those chocolate microworms. They've been doing great ever since. Stephen, have you seen my chocolate microworms?
I don't think he has.
He probably hasn't because he thinks I'm straight up crazy, which is true. But
Really?
it'll entertain you for a few minutes, Stephen. You'll think I've lost my mind. But the babies did great on them. Yeah, I just raise microworms. I don't want to be raising black worms and white worms, and I just don't want them.
Fancy schmancy worms.
The bling bling of worms, you know.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go, Stephen. Watch my video. It'll make you laugh, if nothing else.
Yeah, go where done laughing. Go where done laughing.
Kenny wants to know, when's the next barbecue? Well, when you show up, Kenny. You can barbecue anytime. I can do anytime.
Stephen's talking about Joey putting the hammer down.
We don't need the hammer again, though, do we? We're pretty good on lakes, aren't we?
We're doing all right. 72.
I can raise maggots in my compost. I can raise those right in the trash in the garage. Plenty of maggots. Give me some warm weather and some trash in a black bag in the garage.
I'm free.
No problem. No problem. Okay, I don't know how to say that word. Fishing. It's Lady what?
Mueller.
I can't do it. I don't know how to say it.
Lady Mueller hammer.
It is too cold to open the pool, Kenny.
Is up there. It ain't that
We've got 2 months of pool time today.
TPN fish tanks is quoting scripture as a function of doing water changes. I like it.
You would.
Of course I would.
Sorry.
And
Icy Exotics, hello.
Malawi Barracuda. Yeah, a Malawi barracuda. Don't know about that one. I have kept West Indies, not West Indies. I've kept East Indies barracuda.
Eastbound today.
Danny can open the bowl.
We're gonna do things I can't believe it. Oh, I'll get it opened up, Kenny. Don't worry.
I need to
I
talk.
mean, I was trying to be really good.
And then you gave it up.
And not laugh. Well, then something got me going, and then once I get going, it's hard to reel it in.
Chris said you turned into a giggle monster.
Mm-hmm. And I was trying to be real good and just sit here. You were just singing the same thing, Brooke.
You always stress me real good. Right. Deborah, gonna set up Deborah's gonna set up a 10-gallon tank, dirted with sand. How long before I can safely put a fish in? Day 1. Make it day 2. Day 2.
I like to put them in right away, but that's just me.
Never too cold for Norwegian.
Steven, did you watch my worm video yet? I want to get that scientific opinion. Because we know I'm not scientific. Isabella, good morning. Welcome.
Isabella.
Welcome. Kenny says it's never too cold for a Norwegian.
Right.
Maybe it's the wool swim trunks
that'll work.
Yeah, that'll make the difference. The school. Yeah.
They're going on the road again. Actually, you're going to be going on the road. What, in a week or 2?
Kenny's going to some fish event.
You are. You're going on the road again.
I'm going to a horse show. I'm not going to a fish event.
No, you're going on the road again.
In a couple of weeks, yeah, I'll be going to a horse show. I was like, I'm not going to a fish event. I'm going to go show some horses. Yeah, Steven, you can leave the hammer. Yep, you do it. You do it. Just do it. All right. Are there any serious questions here?
I don't see anything serious here.
What is Brooke talking about? I don't think I've ever heard you sing, Brooke.
Her voice.
For real. Yeah, we all hate our voice. I hate my voice.
Well, see, there you go.
But I don't think I've ever really heard Brooke sing.
Yes, Tam. I got you in the mail. Actually, yesterday. Mailed you out. I mailed you out last week, I think. I don't remember. I know I put something in the mail to you yesterday, but I thought it was a follow-up.
But I just don't remember what it was.
4. I've had 2 shipments to you. Hopefully,
well, you're supposed to have a new mug, so I hope you did that.
Can you show horses online? I guess you could.
What do you mean, can you show horses online?
Where Dunlap says, can you show horses online? Captain Spicy says, I'm trying to tickle my fish, and all I hear is giggling.
I don't know what we'll be doing at the horse show, but if we're doing something when this show is on, I might be able to jump in for a minute and show you something from the horse show, but it would just be for a couple of minutes.
That would be fun.
Kenny is going to the ACA in St. Louis.
In St. Louis, right.
When
is that, Kenny?
He doesn't know.
I think it's in the fall.
When is the pool open? Not in 2 weeks.
Wasabi.
Are you kidding me, Kenny? The frost hasn't even left the ground here yet. I mean, not that, that doesn't have anything to do with the pool, but it's like, I mean, it was spitting snow 2 nights ago. It's not pool time.
Hello, Ren.
Good morning, Ren. Welcome.
Hoo-ha.
Wasabi is an aquatic plant.
See, wasabi is an aquatic plant.
Growing in a fish tank?
I didn't know that.
No. Have you worked on that? I'll counter.
No.
You've grown it in a fish tank.
Deborah wants to know how you prep wild plants for your tank. There are those who dip them in various toxic substances. I tend to throw them in the tank. I will rinse them off, and I'm careful about where I get them. But typically, I just throw them in the tank. Stephen's been growing black worms for 30 years.
Not me.
James Handy's lake is frozen.
Yeah, see, even for Chevy, 2 nights ago, frost on the window. Yeah, I think there was frost on the roof of the barn a few days ago, too. What is July 23rd and 25th? I thought your event was way before that, Kenny. I thought it was coming right up.
Ugh.
Oh, what are you talking about, Kenny?
One Wanderer is talking about music. I had 24/7 classical music in my shop for 10 years. At least 10 years. Never turned it off. Never stopped running it. Never stopped playing it.
That's like me. Country music plays in the barn 24/7. I never turn it off. I leave it on for the horses. It just runs all the time. Kenny, yeah, usually by the 25th, the pool's open and warm. Yeah. Because I gotta tell you, Labor Day weekend is the last weekend you can be out there doing a barbecue. It's nice that weekend. You can still be in the pool. And about 3 days later, it is so cold and the wind's whipping. I mean, it just changes overnight and you're done. Pool time is over. It's very short.
Wants to know what my favorite gourami is. I think the licorice gouramis and chocolate gouramis are really my favorites.
Yeah. Well, Kenny, I'm cool with. I'm not a big fan. I don't like classical, and I'm not big into jazz and stuff. But I like all the old rock and roll, pop, and country and bluegrass. That's me. What is
bluegrass? I like blues.
Yeah, not so much for me. I like bluegrass, not blues. Honey gouramis are your favorite?
That's a nice.
Cool. Pretty cool. Ren likes their chocolates. Be in the 80s this week in Ohio. Oh, it's crazy, the difference in the weather, isn't it?
Right.
Sorry, excuse me.
All right, are we down to the end of it here? We're running out of gas.
You got 6 more grueling minutes.
Oh my God! She's gonna make
it out. Smash the like button, people. I'd have to be up here all this time. You stay in the 6 minutes.
Make
I tried to be real good for a while. Real good.
All right.
Here's Muddy Water.
Do something. Need a little entertainment here. Put them in a bucket and put them in, but they all died. Wash them off with water, put them in a bucket. A lot of these plants that you catch from the wild are so light intensive. They're growing in direct sunlight, and that can be very difficult to achieve, which is a part of the reason they die. And also, baby tears are another one that's really tough. And that's partly the reason. The other reason is they're growing in mud, and so they're in a very high nutrition environment that's difficult to duplicate. So you kind of have to, when you collect plants in the wild, look at what their living conditions are. Where are they in the water column? What's their substrate like? What's the light level? What's the water flow? Just check out all of the variables and then figure out what you're really going to be in a position to duplicate. I love collecting baby tears, but boy, it's tough to keep it going in a tank.
Yes, happy birthday, everyone. For the polar plunge and barbecue.
Polar plunge and barbecue. Not for that. Really.
Oh, God. Well, it's guaranteed to be cold. That's for sure. No problem with that. Yeah, oh my God. Wow. All right. Sounds like you use a pint jar for that? What?
Pint jar for one, 10-gallon for the other. Don't know, Heather.
I mean, I've heard of pints being used, but not usually the fish.
Where Denmark's got to deal with this Nigerian princess. Well, good luck with that. Yeah, that could be a big difference, right?
Yeah, hopefully. Don't forget to cap it with sand, because that's the answer to everything. Just cap it with sand. Cap it with sand. Look at him. Right. He can't survive 3 more minutes because
I ain't paying no attention no more.
I call the Baldwin sisters.
It don't make no never on to me.
Well, anyway, Chevy and Lori, thank you for being in here and dropping links, and
you betcha.
Thank you everyone for coming in and listening to whatever it is that was
madness
talked about today. I'm not sure what it was. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, drinking coffee, all the things.
Music courtesy of Naresh and the Chinese government. And the pictures are all from FATHERFISH.
Bye, everyone.
That's my mother. Bye all. See you on the tag in the morning.
Bye, everyone.